What's up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Um, Want to elaborate a little more on this whole cancel culture. I hate even using that term because it kind of just feeds into the whole thing. But I use the term just to identify what it is we're talking about. Um, every so often, you're gonna see a brother or a sister come down the pipe and possibly say something or do something, make a misstep or misspeak in a way that is offensive to some people, um, and the backlash comes out against them, and before you know it, everybody's condemning that person, and not just condemning the act or the statement that they made, but are actually going a step further to call for the cancellation of that person. Cancellation simply being or meaning whatever position that they have, whatever level of status that they have, whatever endorsements or money streams, platforms that they have, we begin to call for those things to be snatched from them, and that rug of security to be snatched from under them. This is flawed and imperfect human beings being condemned by other flawed and imperfect human beings. And the way that you see that, you just read the comment sections of any time you witness a story. You also see it when you see certain uh, platforms, podcasts, TV shows, news channels. The condemnation comes from the big news media. When they put the story out, they just throw the alley oop, and then we as a people fall for it, and we get it, and we don't just dunk it, we windmill it and dunk it on our own people. Now, I'll say this before I go any further, because I have to say this. I gotta speak to the idiots real quick. In no way, shape, or form do I or any civilized person, any person with some understanding, no one supports any type of ill speech or negative, disrespectful, derogatory language towards another group. Nobody supports that. But there is a thing, there's another term that we like to use a lot, and it's called being on code. And other communities demonstrate how to be on code when one of their own make a misstep or they misspeak in some kind of way. They have the enough unity to get that person and say, "Hey man, come in the room. No, we got him. Y'all stay out there. We got him. Come in the room." And they handle certain situations internally. They'll say whatever they got to say to him to get him right or get her right internally, and they keep other people out of their business. Whether the person's actions were right or wrong. Because you don't always have to be in the wrong for people to call for your cancellation. Many situations where people said actual truth and actual facts, but because those facts expose certain groups, or because those facts were in contrast to the philosophies of certain groups or the ways of certain groups, there was a call for those people's cancellation. Because we just living in that time where you better not say the wrong thing about certain people. So you don't always have to have made a mistake or did something disrespectful or offensive to be canceled. It will be deemed to be offensive based on what you said and who said it. But either way, we got to make sure we handle those things internally. We have to police ourselves. And it has to, the policing in those types of situations have to cross religious lines, they have to cross political lines, they have to cross any type of personal ideologies that we might have for the bigger good. We got to be able to tell them, no, watch out, y'all, we got this. You stay outside. We'll take care of him. We'll take care of her. And not fall into the trap of every time one of us says or does something till we jump right on board and start trying to cancel. You can't do that. And again, message to the idiots, nobody's condoning disrespectful words. Civilized people are taught not to be that way. So when we grow to that point and then start establishing institutions of our own where we can have the power to not be in fear of losing whatever it is that they gave to us, because that's the intimidation. That's where the apologies and the humiliation and all that comes in, and the statements that get rid. That's where that comes in, because they give to you and they have the power to take away what they gave to you. So now you're thinking about all the show money that I'm gonna lose now. Now I'm thinking about, oh man, I'm about to lose my Sprite commercial. Oh man, my clothing line ain't gonna launch now. They're gonna cancel my TV show. They're gonna take my podcast. It was never yours. It was theirs the whole time. And they just waited for the moment for you to do one thing that would warrant them in their mind of being able to say, give me that back. Imperfect people, flawed people condemning other imperfect and flawed people. But if we stand behind each other, man, and I know what you're thinking, well, man, are you saying no? I'm not saying that if a person is wrong to give him a pass and act like he was right. No, crazy man. But when Dylan Roof killed those black people in that church, they raised $2 million for his defense. Minimum. He was totally wrong, but they raised $2 million for him. And the people who gave the money, they knew he was wrong. But they was on code in their group. See? We can't fall for that, man. We have to be willing to grab our young brothers and sisters, even our older brothers and sisters, and sit them down and educate each other. We have to be taught how to move, taught how to maneuver through these and navigate through these through this jungle. Taught how to use the language. There's a science to this. But if they're not taught how to do it and they make a mistake, you go straight to the mistake and not the root of why the mistake was made, and we ready to throw each other away out of envy, out of jealousy, and out of our own ignorance. If God don't counsel a person, then who are you to counsel them? All right, man, it's your big brother K-Rino. Y'all leave y'all comments. This should be interesting, man. Subscribe to the channel, and I will see y'all when I see y'all, man. Go listen to a song I got on my new album called I Apologize. Pretty much talking about what we're talking about right now. All right, peace.